I'm writing to you from a foxhole again, in a forest that stretches on as far as the eye can see. Though with all this snow, there's not much to see right now. It's been snowing for days, heavy and thick. I don't think I've ever been this cold in my life. The ground is frozen solid, and the frostbite's already starting to set in for some of the boys. But somehow, it's quiet tonight. A rare gift out here, but I'll take what I can get. You know, it's hard to believe it's almost Christmas. There's no sign of it here, no decorations, no song, just snow and silence. Hard to imagine this time last year we were getting ready for what they called Operation Overlord. God, Sarah, I'll never forget that morning. June 6th. We hit those beaches in Normandy and it felt like the gates of hell had opened up. The air was filled with smoke and the sound of gunfire never stopped. Every inch we fought for felt like a mile. Men all around me fell. Men I'd trained with, lived with, shared stories with. Some barely made it out of the water. But we pushed forward, knowing that every step was one closer to freedom, one closer to the end of this nightmare. After Normandy, things moved fast. They sent us north to Holland in September, something they called Operation Market Garden. We dropped into a place I'd never heard of before, fighting to secure bridges and towns, trying to cut off the enemy. They told us we'd be home by Christmas, that this would be the push to end it all. But things don't always go as planned, do they? We took some ground, but the fighting was fierce, and we lost so many good men. By the time it was over, we'd all aged a lifetime. I can still see the faces of those boys, the ones who didn't make it with us, and sometimes it's hard to shake the feeling that I left a part of myself behind with them. And now, well, now we're here, somewhere in Belgium, I think. The woods are thick with pine and dusted with snow, like some strange winter painting that's turned gray and bleak. They say the enemy's closing in on us, pushing hard. We can hear them out there, just beyond the trees. And every night we sit, waiting, listening for any sound that means they're coming. It's nerve-wracking. The nights here are endless, and the darkness is so complete it swallows you whole sometimes. In those quiet hours, I can almost forget why we're here, why any of this is happening. It feels like a dark, endless loop. Wake up, march, fight, dig a hole to sleep in, try to rest. Then it starts all over again. I think about you and little Danny every night, Sarah. I picture you by the fire, him on your lap, the warmth of home all around you. I hold on to those memories like a lifeline. I can almost see Danny smile when he hears me coming through that door. His little arms wrapping around your neck and you by my side, the way your hand feels in mine. I remember how you laughed last Christmas when you tried to stay up to catch Santa. God, I'd give anything to be there with you both right now. Instead, there's a man in my unit named Charlie. He's from a small town in Texas. Never saw snow before he got shipped here with us. He keeps joking about how his bones might shatter from the cold. Bill, on the other hand, grew up in Chicago, so he says he's used to it, but even I can tell he's struggling. Every night we huddle together, try to keep warm, share stories to keep our spirits up. Bill talks about his classroom, about how he plans to teach his students about all of this someday, make them understand what war really is. But I don't know if I could ever talk about it like that. Some things are too heavy to put into words. Some things you just carry with you. Like yesterday, they sent us out on patrol. We moved through the woods, snow up to our knees, everything quiet except for the crunch of ice underfoot. We'd heard reports of movement from the enemy, but they were long gone by the time we got there. All we found were abandoned foxholes and scattered equipment. It was eerie, like they'd vanished into thin air. We've been at this for so long, it's hard to tell if we're making any progress or just going in circles. But we hold the line, day after day, Is that what we have to do out here? God, Sarah, there's so much I want to tell you, but I'm not sure I have the right words. There are things I've seen, things I've had to do. Well, I don't think that I would want you to know the full weight of it. I wouldn't want to bring that darkness to you, to our home. But know this, I'm fighting for you, for Danny, for the life we'll have when this is over. That's what's been keeping me going, even when it feels like I've got nothing left. Please tell Danny his daddy loves him, that I'm out here doing my best to make sure he grows up in a world where he'll be free to be whatever he wants. Tell him I'll be home as soon as I can, that he's in my heart every day. And tell Mom not to worry too much, okay? I know she's probably anxious, lighting candles for me every night. I think this is it. The snow's picking up again and my candle's almost burned out. I'll have to move soon. They say reinforcements are coming, though nobody knows when. Until then, we'll dig in. Do what we can to hold this ground. Each day that passes, each bit of ground we gain, brings us one step closer to the end of this godforsaken war. One step closer to you. Please keep me in your prayers as I keep you and Danny in mine. And please, please keep believing in me, Sarah. Your love is my compass, the light that keeps me moving forward in this endless cold. And I promise I'm coming home to you, somehow, with all my love.